Hi everyone, this is the sprint release video for the conversion team for Thursday, July 13th, and I'll hand it off to Tina to start.
Thanks. I'm just going to share my screen. So this is the current platform page. For this iteration, I gathered some data. Dennis helped me with that, and I took a peek in quantum metrics to see what was going on with this page. Some high-level findings show that this page in its current state is a stepping stone page. So people don't really exit the site after visiting this page. So that's good news, low exit rate, but they also aren't spending any time consuming information on this page. It's also a high U-turn page. So people are returning back to where they came from. That suggests that maybe the content isn't meeting their expectations. The page, you can see also, it's quite short and doesn't have a whole lot of marketing messaging. We're not showing product value, benefits, outcomes, anything like that. A few other interesting notes is visitors tend to interact with this table, especially in the first three columns. And then we did get some notes from SEO that we should probably remove this section because it's a repeated content being pulled from the features page. So with all of that in mind, together with the content doc that was already started before my involvement in this project, I think Jess and some PMMs worked on it. This is the first iteration of an updated platform page. We swapped the talk to an expert button here with a pricing button because that's been the next top visited page. It's not a high lead gen page. Currently it's talk to an expert. All the images here are placeholders. I would just like the images to fit more of this style now. The current shield image, it feels a bit outdated now. Keeping this table because it supports the platform messaging, but instead of having a whole other table below with a deep dive on the stages, I just put a link here that will link to that actual page for those who want to continue on. And then we've added some marketing messaging here with our top differentiators. So best in class DevOps, AI powered with some toggles to open that can open and go. Maybe there are links to each section in there. I'd have to double check the content doc to see what's in there. We've also peppered a bunch of links to some pricing pages because a lot of our slash pricing pages are getting a lot of visits from this page. So ROI calculator, for example. So it seemed like a natural position for this CTA here. So at the bottom of this list, and then no surprise costs. How much is your tool chain costing you? So it fits in the narrative really nicely. I liked this. This is, I think Sonia provided this Forrester study, but that really highlights some metrics instead of the report itself. So less copy, more numbers. And then revamp of our capabilities. Instead of being that kind of long list that we've been using on other pages, we're kind of working on deprecating that and using cards instead. More pricing links here to Ultimate and Premium. We've noticed on the solutions page where we have this, and on the, I think, customers page, it's getting quite a bit of engagement. Customer stories, some more platform leadership metrics, and that's it. I think, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. That's our platform page. It's in review, probably ready for development soon. What else did I work? Oh, I put together this back to the homepage. The past few iterations, I've shown some of the research we did, some wireframes and designs. So now I've kind of stepped back due to some feedback to kind of create this touch points map for the homepage, which kind of sums up all the work that's in the deck for those who just kind of can't invest time in reading that whole deck and slogging through all those issues that we created. So this just gives an overview of our homepage direction. It breaks out our audiences, some of the data here that informs the content and touch points that are on the page. So we know that the current homepage next page visited our trials, pricing, and platform. So we want to show how we're going to leverage that data on the page. So the key here is everything orange is conversion, blue is product information, green is anything relating to cost, could be messaging, could be a pricing page URL. And then I added this purple here where it's more content, where we're building trust and confidence and showing, providing credibility to our product. And so this just outlines each section of the homepage and shows how we're hitting those touch points. Another thing I worked on, and mostly was information gathering, is for the free trial self-managed landing page. This is Jess's design, actually. So I'm just working through some URLs, and that should be ready for engineering by the end of the day, maybe tomorrow. I'm just waiting for a couple other people to give me some feedback. And that's it for me. I'm gonna move on to Margaret. She can't make it she's async today. So she has been working on the homepage design. This is our current hero, the carousel hero we showed at last iteration. That's part of another MR. So this is it. What did she say here? Let me, bear with me. She has some notes here. She updated some of the content, replaced the placeholder icons with just random icons that she just chose from our library. These aren't going to be the actual icons. This isn't the actual image because we need the images from brand. She still needs to fix and refine some spacing. The gradient is missing, but it's in a good shape to show for now. Here we go. And that's it. Yeah, there are a couple alignment issues here, but this is where she's at with the homepage. I'm gonna pass it over to Nathan.
That's awesome. I like how the homepage isn't as scroll heavy. Like right now, I feel like it's pretty long, and I like that that's short and sweet. Yeah, so what did I do the last 2 weeks? We removed demand base completely from the site. So that's GTM and through code. So there should be no demand base data anywhere. It's now 6 cents. And then a lot of it was site architecture. So trying to figure out how the blog is going to fit in with our localization, which is going to fit in with the CMS, which is going to fit in with slippers. So I did a couple schematics and diagrams, and I'll share them with the broader team. I think that's a different meeting because there's a lot to go over. But yeah, the majority has been around that. And then trying to take our page load time down. We found something that's going on with the icons is that all the icons from both the product and the marketing icons are getting injected on page load. And so we only need to bring in the ones that we're using. And we think we can save maybe like half a second to a second on page load. So we should see some huge return on that. But yeah, just trying to go through that now before we go down that rabbit hole. But yeah, that's it for me.
Great, thanks.